inspired makeup tutorial. And this one, it is just kind of, I don't really know what the color is. The color I use is out of the Vice 4 palette, and it is called Crowbar, and it's just kind of like, I want to say it's kind of like a deep olive green with like some black undertones. So I started off with that, but mainly the color that I wanted to use is Lithium out of the Moondust palette. It just looks like this. It's kind of like a cross between like a silver and a gold, but it's not completely a silver, but it's not completely a gold. So it's kind of like a mashup of the two. And I figured if I put that green color underneath, that it would kind of show through and pop through. So that is what I did, and I just paired it with a dark vampy lip. I love these Maybelline matte lipsticks. They are so creamy and so comfortable, and also very very pigmented. Just one swipe and you get a lot of color and a lot of pigmentation. So those are awesome, and I use the color Burgundy Blush today, so it's just a perfect kind of not too dark and not too light of a red, just a smack dab middle perfect wine color. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you do. Also, don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and enjoy the video. Bye guys.
Alright, you guys, y'all know the deal. I am starting off by priming my lids with my MAC Studio Finish Concealer in the shade NC45, just so my eyeshadow has something to adhere to. Next, I go into the Vice 4 palette, and I take the shade Bitten on a very, very, very fluffy E40 ballooning brush by Sigma. This brush is my all-time favorite because it's the biggest and it's the fluffiest, so it really, really, really distributes that product into my crease. And then next, I go in with, I think this is what is this? Delete. It's a cool, kind of like a neutral brown. It's kind of dark though, so I really like that. So I'm placing that into the outer V and then slowly working that into the inner portion of my crease and windshield wiper motions. And also just back and forth, kind of doing like small circular buffing motions to buff that brown into the crease. And then I go in with the Sigma eyeshadow in the shade Control. And I mainly focus this out into the outer V. And then I start to lightly bring this into the inner corner as well. And then I just go back in with the E25. And this is a lot more of a firm brush, so it's really going to help to distribute and deposit the color. So I'm just going back in with that E25 and just blending the black shade and the brown shade both together so they mash cohesively. Next, I'm going in with a Bombshell eye base in the shade Submissive, and this stuff is very, very, very unnecessary. I just thought that I would like that. I thought that Crowbar would go on a lot more pigmented, and it did, but the eyeshadow is very pigmented. So that's the shade that I'm taking out of the Vice 4 palette, and I didn't really need that eyeshadow base, but it did add kind of like a foil look, if you know what I mean. So I'm taking it on a MAC 242 eyeshadow brush, and I haven't used that brush in forever, but it is definitely one of my all-time favorites, let me tell you guys. And then I go ahead out of the Moondust palette and take Lithium, and I take this color Dry because I didn't want it to be very sparkly and very over the top. I just kind of wanted it to subtly change the color of Crowbar, but not too much. So for liner, I'm going in with my NYX gel liner in the shade Blackout or Black. We're just going to go with black, but I take that with the EO6 Sigma Wing Liner brush, and this eyeliner is great, you guys. It is so black, and it's so creamy. That's what I really like about this eyeliner, that it's really creamy and really easy to work with. So for lashes, I take my Yonse lashes by Lena Lashes. I will make sure to list those down below so you guys know. Next, I'm going in with this Loreal primer. This is the Youth Code Pore Primer, and this primer is very weird, okay? So it's really awesome for filling in the pores, but it feels so, like when it comes out with the silicone, or not with the silicone, with the pore filler, and then it also comes out a little wet. It's so weird, but I do like the primer so far. I've been using it for the past week and a half, and I really like it. And then next, I'm going with an oldie but a goodie. It's my Urban Decay Naked Skin Foundation. Since I've done the review, or the comparison of the two Urban Decay foundations, I've really been loving using this foundation again, and this is in the shade 9.75, and lately it hasn't been looking that bad, like I can make it work. So I'm just blending that all into my face, creating an even layer and an even base with my beauty blender. And then I go in with my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, because y'all know I used this stuff religiously when it first came out. This is like one of my hands down favorite concealers. This and the Tarte concealer are hands down two of my favorite concealers. They're just very, very, very full coverage and very, very, very blendable. Like this Urban Decay foundation blends out like a dream, and it doesn't feel too heavy or too cakey or anything like that. You can literally use one swipe coming out of the pump and just go ahead and just blend that all over your face. Like literally, you don't need a ton at all. You definitely don't need as much as I applied. But then I go in with my Sacha Buttercup setting powder. And the way I've been using this lately, I remember telling you guys that I didn't like using it anymore, especially for baking, but I do apply excess powder to my nose because I like to bake my nose because that's the first place that gets oily, but everywhere else I push the product into the skin using the brush. Then I go in with my Black Radiance contour palette, and I use a contour shade with the Pretty Bar contour. This is a powder brush, but I use it as a contour brush because it's really fluffy, but it also has a tapered edge. So it really helps for like my forehead and my cheekbones and everything like that. And then for blush, I take the Black Radiance Wild Berry blush, and this blush I have to kind of scrape to get the product off. I don't know why this particular one isn't very pigmented, but the other Black Radiance blushes are, so I'm not really understanding, but whatever. So after that, I go ahead and apply some highlighter, and first I'm applying my Bobbi Brown Bronze Glow. As I've mentioned to you guys, I've been loving this. I've been obsessed with this. Look at that face. Like, I'm like, yes, glow. So I've been obsessed with this lately. I literally can't put it down. And if you guys hear me kind of yawning, it is so late right now and I'm trying to get this voiceover over. So don't even mind my voice, okay? So I just apply that to my cheekbones, my forehead, also my cupid's bow. Then I go ahead and blend in the blush with the highlighter with that same duo fiber brush. And I also go ahead, oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so sorry. I go ahead and top it with Gilded Honey. I just like a little bit more of kind of like a bronzy golden type as opposed to like a bronze kind of highlight. And I was getting it. And then I go ahead and blend away the powder for my nose and just go ahead and contour my nose with that same Black Radiance contour palette with a Sigma E39 Buff and Blend brush. And I'm sorry I'm being so rude by yawning, like literally, you guys. I'm gonna fall over right now. I'm so exhausted from today, but enough with my problems and excuses. I take Gilded Honey once again. And I just take that on the tip of my nose and also the bridge of my nose to kind of furthermore define and structure my nose. And then I go in with a black Kohl pencil, just any old Kohl pencil. I think this was a L'Oreal one. And I put that into my lower lash line. And then I take that same black eyeshadow. And when I smoke out my lower lash line, I always take the black eyeshadow first because it's easy to control. Haha. That's ironic, hence the name. Anyways, so I use that on a smudge brush by Sigma, and I just place that on the lower lash line. And then I go in with a pencil brush, and I use that with the same brown shade that I used for my lash line, and I just use that to go back and forth to smoke out that lower lash line and really blow it out so it's really diffused. And then I go ahead and pop in Lithium in the inner corner of my eye. So for lips, as I mentioned in the intro, I am using a Maybelline matte lipstick in the shade Burgundy Blush. If you guys can't tell, like, look at this. I'm going to swipe it on my lower lip, and it is so pigmented. Like, one swipe gives you so much color. Like, you guys, it's amazing. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm glad I made it through the video without yawning more than, like, 10 times and not falling over. I love you all, and I'll see you guys in my very, very, very next video. Mwah. Bye!